The country is bracing for the latest crime stats. Police released some shocking numbers last year.
Those figures: murder climbed nearly 7%. Well, let's get some perspective now, and our colleague Michael Marilia is tracking those trends here, and he's standing at the video wall there. Mike, good morning to you. So last year, 57 people murdered in South Africa on a daily basis. What will the Minister of Police's focus be this time around?
Well, several areas that we will be tracking, Goli and Jane, over the course of the morning. Remember, those numbers set to be released around about 9 o'clock this morning. But just to give you some context as to where we stand, the 2017-2018 figures: more than 20,000 murders in South Africa. As you mentioned, around about 57 people killed in this country per day. That was a shocking increase on the year before, almost 7% up on the figures for the previous year. If we take a look at attempted murder, we get a similar picture. 18,000 attempted murder cases opened by the police during the course of the year. And in terms of the increase, a slight increase, just under 0.3%. I also want to focus on some other crimes which tend to haunt South Africans. Aggravated robbery is a big issue in this country. We saw a slight decline in those numbers last year, down almost 2%. But this one is something that we will be watching. A massive spike in the number of cash in transit heists last year. In fact, up almost 57%. Remember, our economy is taking strain. You have to wonder, Goli and Jane, will we see more of these incidents as the pressure takes its toll over the next few months and as we head into the festive season as well, where we tend to see a spike in these numbers?
And the longer-term figures, I mean, are the police making any progress at all?
Well, let's take a look, Jane, at what we call the contact crime category. This is the category that really concerns many South Africans because they tend to feel the brunt of the crime. So, for example, aggravated robbery or attempted murder. We saw more than 600,000 contact crimes in the last financial year. And if we track that over the last few years, take a look at this. It seems sometimes we take one step forward and 2 steps back. We saw a peak in 2015-2016, 623,000 contact crimes. It has been on the decline over the last 2 years, but most South Africans, I'm sure, would agree that those numbers are simply unacceptable.
And that's the scariest bit, contact crime.
Horrible.
It makes you feel really unsafe.
Exposed.
All right.